What adjustments does VGK have to make in tonight's rematch against the Blues? Chris has some ideas coming your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
Your Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. No color coordination on today's show. We did not.
I was going to say something. That's so funny. I was going to say something too. About
we are the Blues. We're the Blues Brothers. Okay. And we appreciate everyone making time to make us your first listen each and every day. Find us wherever you get your. What's that?
I'm Belushi and you're Aykroyd, or the other way around?
No, I'm definitely Aykroyd.
Okay.
Find us wherever you get your podcast. Of course, you could find us on Spotify, on Odyssey, on Apple, and everywhere in the universe. And subscribe on the YouTube channel, Locked On Golden Knights. We are brought to you today by the Gametime app. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. So, Chris, we broke down the first meeting between VGK and St. Louis, and now they are in a meet me in St. Louis mode. I don't know where I was going there. What will VGK have to do tonight to reverse Monday's Blues 2-1 win in overtime? Do you want to share any Blues clues with the audience today? One of the keys, I think one of the major keys going into this game is VGK has to score first because St. Louis is 12-0 now after the win on Monday. They're 12-0 when scoring the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that first goal is key. Cassie did talk about that. That might have been in my question as well. I can't 100% remember. Blues don't do well when they get scored on first. They do well when they score first. So I think that's important. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it certainly gets the odds a little bit better in your favor. But for me, it's pretty simple. So the Golden Knights had 20 high-danger chances to the Blues 5. So the Golden Knights played a game well enough to win. They had a breakdown at the end. Unfortunately, Eichel took off. Marchessault didn't fall back, and Pietrangelo didn't fall back either. It happens. I mean, whatever. It's overtime. I don't care about that. But what matters to me in this game is pretty simple. The Golden Knights not only need to score first, Tony. I'm going to parlay here. We're going to stack the deck a little bit here. The Golden Knights need to score the first goal in a controversial manner where Binnington gets a little contact in front of the crease. I don't want anyone to run Binnington. But that contact, someone with the heel of their skates right at the edge of the blue paint where Binnington gets a little upset after the goal. They review it and it's inconclusive. So the Golden Knights not only get a goal, they get a power play. Then they score on the power play right after and get out to a quick, not 1-0, but 2-0 lead. So this game isn't in doubt. Binnington, when he's on, and this is the same about any goalie, when they're on, they're good. It's the NHL. These are the best goalies in the world. They're the same in that regard. But Binnington does have this confidence and arrogance about him. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way by any means. He has this confidence and arrogance about him. And the more saves he's making, the more confident and the more arrogant he gets. So if the Golden Knights can make him uncomfortable, and we got to give Binnington credit because Ivan Barbashev did, I want to say run. He didn't run Binnington, but there was contact where Binnington was on the ground and Barbashev was on top. I'm assuming Barbashev got pinched in there and it wasn't any intent or anything like that. But point being is Binnington bounced back where maybe version 1.0 of Jordan Binnington would have been thrown out of the game when that happened. So make Binnington uncomfortable, get someone's butt right in front of him on the top of the crease the entire game, and make Binnington less focused on saving pucks and more focused on the black and gold numbers he's going to be looking at all night tonight.
And that one VGK goal did come on the screen set by Mark Stone on the shot by Jack Eichel.
Bingo.
No concern. You don't have any concern over Logan Thompson starting again.
No.
He definitely needs some goal support in this evening's game. And is it going to be Binnington or will it be E-Bug? in that.
Binnington or Ebug. No, it's definitely going to be Binnington against Logan tonight. We know Aiden Hill is not traveling. We know the other guy, Yuri Patera. We're just quoting Bruce Cassidy. Don't get
The
mad
other
at
guy.
me. We're just quoting Bruce Cassidy from last year, right around when they were playing the Blues, Tony. So there you go. That was so great, so awesome. So it's going to be this week. You're going to most likely, we don't know until it happens, but assuming Logan gets out of this game unscathed, which hopefully he will, it'll be Logan Saturday against the Dallas Stars in Dallas, and then when they come home Sunday, I would probably handicap it 90% to be Patera, 7% to be Logan, and 3% to be Aiden Hill, just because I don't know anything about when Aiden might be returning, but it's precautionary. We're looking forward to him being healthy so he can get back on there, because you don't want to overtax Logan. The injury happened in the right. I mean, there's no good time for it, but this is not a terrible time because the games are somewhat spread out, and they're back to back. Does happen to be against the Sharks, where the E-Bug probably could win that game.
I'm curious if will there be any other VGK lineup changes in the game tonight? No. Okay. Shrug me off. You didn't like that. Okay. You shrugged me off.
I was drinking my coffee. That's all.
No. I know. I always try to make it come out your nose too. Jase.
That's funny. This is Chris. This is the mug. So Chris, when we're doing the Chris and Chris show, he's out there is having the time of his life when I'm talking. I don't know if there's anything even in it, but he's just drinking away and having the time of his life. But the only lineup change is if and this has happened a few times in the season, right? Where an injury pops up because the team traveled yesterday. We didn't have any media availability or any practice. There will be a pregame skate today, which is limited coverage because I don't think there's any local media traveling. And obviously you're not going to get, the team saying anything until they absolutely have to, which is part of the NHL. So same lineup unless there was an injury that popped up after the game that no one knew about.
The good news is that Pavel Buchnevich probably won't score a goal. He only scores on the road, I think. Interesting case with Jordan Kyrou. Remember, they signed him to that lengthy 8-year contract extension right at the start of the season. And last year, he had something like 37 goals, and he's got just 4 this season. So, yeah.
We've seen that story before.
We've seen that story. He'll have a hat trick tonight. Cotter and Barbashev, they have
I teed it up for you. I thought you were going to go after your favorite target there. No. You said Cotter and Barbashev got to finish, correct?
They got to finish. Yeah, they do. Yeah, hey, my microphone's working today, so you can hear me. That's good. That's good.
Cotter is, Cotter battles. Cotter works his butt off. Cotter hits everything that moves, but Cotter is simply, and I don't mean this in necessarily a bad way, but he is a more polished version of Kolesar, where he's going to score some goals while doing a lot of the same things that Kolesar does from a physicality standpoint, less the fighting. Well, you said Howden, right?
Barbashev and
Barbashev. Yeah, okay. I'll throw Howden in there in a second, but Barbashev did everything but score in that game. I have never seen Barbashev around the net that much and have that many chances. Something unlocked with Barbashev in that game, whether it was playing his old teammates or whether there was just some conversation between Eichel and Mark Stone, or just simply whether Barbashev is finding more space because he's out there with Eichel and Stone. But Barbashev had a really good game, and I'm really curious to see if he can back up that effort. Brett Howden, he had some good moments too. This is a game designed for him where he just has to park himself in front of the net. And Stevenson is still on the milk carton right now, guys. Stevenson is still on the milk carton. We haven't seen him in a while, and
Cotter's been 8 or 9 games since he scored a goal, so he's bound to break out.
You notice Cotter in games, though. Right now, you're not noticing Stevenson.
No, you're not noticing.
He was more noticeable against the Blues on Monday. I will definitely concede that.
I think one of the keys as well, it can't take VGK 31 shots. It was the 31st shot before they got the goal the other night. Over under a number of shots. Let's do this. 9.5. Is that a good number? First goal coming 9.5 over or under.
That's a great line. First goal coming 9.5 shots.
I just came up with it, dude.
Game.
Come on, man.
If the Golden Knights, if it's under and the Golden Knights do it, they win. I'll take the over, though. I think I don't
I'm
know.
gonna stay
I was looking
under.
at the odds. I already started my my pregame article for Vegas hockey now, and the sports books don't mind that it was a 2-1 game on Monday night and didn't even get close to the over under of 6. They hung a 6 again tonight, and the Golden Knights were minus 200. Yeah, maybe
They
over's not a
scored
bad
3
idea.
without any effort, really, if you think about it.
Well, that's fair, and I think it was certainly an outlier that they only that the Golden Knights only got 1 goal. So in the sports books also they give $50 of respect to go into St. Louis. So the Golden Knights were minus 200 and lost as minus 200 favorites on Monday, minus 150 on the road. But here's what scares me, guys: the public is all over Vegas. Oh my god,
They are.
it's a
Okay.
74-26 split right now, according to Covers.com.
Wow.
I haven't been betting a whole lot lately. I've just been enjoying the games, but the Blues are such a good play today. Oh my god, the Blues are such a good play today.
Good
But I'm not
dog.
going to do it. I'm not going to. They're live. They're very live.
One of the things that VGK has to do, they could get if they get on the power play. So I was just talking. Of course, I jinxed St. Louis because I had said earlier that they were like 90% on the PK, and now they allowed 2 goals in Arizona and 1 against VGK, and so now they go, and because it's so close, right, with the percentages and stuff, and they go from like second to like 10th or something.
The Golden Knights
on
power
the
play
PK.
is. I like what they're doing right now. They're trying to find that shots or these shots, but they're not afraid to take a shot. You go back to Carlson's power play goal last week against somebody. I've got my schedule here. But he skated in, and God, was that a question I asked him? I don't know, I forgot. But point being is Carlson just took the puck straight in and took a shot instead of trying
Had
to
to
work
be
it
Cal,
around.
Gary.
It might have been. But
I
they
just
were on
threw
the
that
road
out
for
there.
that
I
game.
can't
They were
remember.
on the
Yeah.
road for that game. But anyway,
Arizona, 1 game.
no, they didn't score any goals that game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, here's my sheet. All right. So and then,
Dude,
but
how
Eichel,
come
same
your
thing. They
Christmas
work the
lights
puck.
aren't turned on?
Oh God, Chris, come here.
Yeah. Can you get them to turn those on?
I got no. This helps me,
bro.
Chris, turn my Christmas lights on before Mommy gets mad at me.
Yeah.
What
Mommy's
game
really
was
going
it?
to be mad.
Arizona. I don't know what it was.
No,
But anyway,
it's okay.
Eichel,
Don't
same
worry.
type of goal though. Same type of goal where Eichel
Thanks, Phil
skated the
Cruz.
puck in, and there you go. So.
Okay. Coming up next, we're going to have it. Coming up next, it's
Chirping.
official. The 2024 NHL Draft will be held here in Las Vegas at the Snow Globe, aka the Sphere. We're going to tell you about it
Snow
next.
Globe.
I don't know. Right here on Lockdown Golden Knights.
Thank you, Chris.
Gametime is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Gametime has deals on tickets right up until the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute deals. And you can find exclusive flash deals for seats and sponsored deals on tickets for every sport imaginable, including this NBA playoff here that they have, the midseason tournament. With zone deals, you can pick the section, and Gametime picks the seats. So get on board, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account. Chris and I both utilize it. Use the promo code LOCKDOWNNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem with the code LOCKDOWNNHL for $20 off. And, of course, you can download Gametime today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. And we are also brought to you today, of course, by wherever my... Okay, we have to do 2 of these reads, so stand by, stay with us. Okay, that's right. We're brought to you by FanDuel.
You're waiting for me there. I thought you lost the copy. That's why I was waiting
lose
for
the
you.
copy. No. I lost the copy. I'm not a pro. Okay, so right now, thanks for calling me this morning as I'm reading copy off my phone, whoever you might be. Score right now and during the NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook right now. New customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get into the action than now. Of course, that app is terrific. They've got point spreads, the player props, which we really like, the over-unders, the totals, as we call them here in Vegas, and much, much more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off this NFL season. FanDuel is the official partner of the National Football League. Welcome back to Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. Make sure that you subscribe on the YouTube channel. That's Locked On Golden Knights. Chris, I wanted to ask you, what your thoughts were of an in-season tournament. I think we talked about this over the summer. The in-season tournament, could this work for the National Hockey League? Something like that.
So question number one, I don't follow basketball too closely, but
I haven't really enjoyed watching it because of the courts, the layouts. They just drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, it'd be great if they dyed the ice orange or something and did that. It'd be awesome. But no, do these games count for regular season games too?
No,
in the win
no,
loss?
no, I don't think they do. They're separate.
Okay, so what's in it? What's the big deal?
$500,000 per player for if you win. $500K. That's the incentive. It's money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
taxing.
thought it was a cool concept, and then I said, not really. I don't know. I'm not really that engaged in it. I've watched a little bit here and there. They don't have the best teams. Denver's not in it. The Pelicans are in it, right? I think still. Indiana is in it. They probably won't have a chance.
Every team's not in it?
No, just the final four teams. So it's the Lakers. No. They played leading up to it, right?
Was every team in this? Was every team in this in-game tournament at the start?
Yes, at the start, and then they just pared it down. And then the Lakers saved the day by beating Phoenix last night, because now there's a lot of Laker fans, and fans don't even know until the last minute, right? So now they make that quick turnaround to come to Las Vegas and to watch basketball. The only fans that could do that are, within driving distance. So either Phoenix or LA. LA should have a pretty good crowd, I would imagine, here in the Final Four. Yeah.
Sounds rigged to me.
Rigged. It's so rigged, dude.
So you have exhibition games.
The refs were so bad, too. I was watching some of the game, and Phoenix got jobbed. Suns fans, I feel for you, man. You got jobbed. It's definitely rigged. Okay.
So you have the preseason that was like 90 days ago.
Right.
And then you play like 15 games, and then you have more exhibition games?
More or less.
So what's honest to God question, maybe I'm just not understanding here. Why? Like, you're having players now playing more than 82 games. I mean, the NBA has been the leader in workload management. Yeah,
exactly. I wonder if
now you're telling Steph Curry and LeBron to play an 80-30 fourth, 85th game?
Could you imagine if LeBron just goes load management, he pulls that after all this work? The other team is Milwaukee. So they do have the Bucks. Bucks and Lakers is what they're looking for in the finale. The other two, Pelicans and the Pacers, are going to be also rans.
Why don't you just make the preseason a tournament?
Could be. Yeah. Preseason would be great.
Make the preseason a tournament.
Summer. Let's do this in the summer, maybe as part of NBA Summer League. So
that'd be cool too. Or do the finals during the Summer League. There you go. Make the final two teams play in Summer League. Boom.
Okay. We've talked about this on the show before, right? When we spoke about perhaps this being
October 6th, we talked about this. October 6th. That's when it was.
Okay. The first decentralized draft, other than during the pandemic. So all 32 teams will be here in Las Vegas. They'll be present on June the 28th and 29th at the brand new Sphere, which seats more than 18,500 fans. I cannot imagine the visuals, first and foremost, with those immersive screens inside. This is going to make a huge impact, I believe, for the National Hockey League. I think it's going to be really cool to have this held at the Sphere, especially with all the visuals. And I think it will be a tremendous fan experience. I'm just wondering, so fans are going to have to pay to get in there. So like draftniks can't just like go in. You can't just float into the Sphere and, and hope to see you two and We'll have the national.
It's gonna be the most expensive draft gate in the history of the NHL. We'll start there.
No, because I know what the rental fees are for that place because I've had clients that we've gone through there, and it's very expensive, including a load-in day. They charge you hefty, and then to put together, and then you have to put together visuals in there because it would really suck if they don't have something cool there, and that takes time and is expensive too. But in any event, I think it's great to have that here in the Valley.
I think we start by you look at UFC. Dana White, he had some critical comments about marketing in the NHL, and I think he was spot on, minus the derogatory aspect of it. But I think otherwise he was very spot on his comments that the NHL should do a better job marketing, especially its top tier talent. Well, this is a great buzz. I mean, anything at the Sphere is an absolute amazing buzz. I mean, you could put a cricket race in there and they go nuts, or just whatever. I mean, you put F1 race around it, it'd be amazing. So it's going to be fun. It's going to make a splash. It's going to be exciting. And I mean, yeah, the visuals and everything. I was picturing, sitting somewhere in there and watching a highlight reel of, whoever the first draft pick is and all that when they get picked and stuff, and looking up and then looking way down there, trying to see him from a distance and all of that. But I think it's going to be cool. And the NHL definitely has a remarkable relationship with Las Vegas. And this goes back before the Golden Knights were even a thing. There was NHL award shows here. You had there wasn't a draft until the expansion draft, I believe, but
correct.
You just had a lot do visibility. You had did they call it the Frozen Fury for a while, or what did they call it? It was Frozen Fury for a long time. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to see Rangers and Kings at the old. It
was always Kings at
MGM
MGM.
Grand.
Always Kings at MGM. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the ice at MGM, Tony? How's the ice there? How's the ice?
Oh man. Yeah. There's a lot of potholes in that ice. It's bad ice. Bad ice.
Yes.
It was fun though. It was fun. It wasn't as bad as the outdoor game at Caesar's Palace
or Lake Tahoe.
Or the Lake Tahoe
the bugs in the Lake Tahoe one. Oh my goodness! Not Lake Tahoe. I'm sorry, Caesar's Palace. The bugs.
But yes,
the
they
bugs
let us go on the ice the day before. We went out on the ice the day before, and it was.
We could do the same thing if I went to the outdoor game on New Year's Day against Seattle. There's a media day where we get to skate and all that, but I just can't swing it. Unfortunately, I wish I could.
Unfortunately, that would be cool.
We're doing a family Christmas trip before that. Otherwise, I probably would have gone, honestly. But yeah, no, it's just like I said, the relationship between Vegas and the NHL is very good. It's obviously better now. And even Roger Goodell had some positive statements about Vegas yesterday or the day before, calling it the new sports town or something like that. So Goodell's buttering things up a little bit. Obviously, the Super Bowl's coming this year. And I mean, NFL draft and NHL draft. Stanley.
They are going to have UFC. They're going to have the UFC there, though.
UFC is going to be there at some point. WWE is going to do a premium live event there at some point. They're going to get their money back. But just kind of back to Goodell, talking about all the great things happening in Vegas as far as a sports town. You got the Raiders there. It's cool, whatever. But then you got baseball coming, WNBA championships, and minor league baseball and volleyball. I mean, I never even knew of a professional volleyball league. No disrespect, and now you got one at
brand new. It's brand new.
Now you got one at the Dollar Loan Center. I mean, they're counting on a few thousand people coming to this thing. They have to. So I mean, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And you got the Vegas Thrill reference. So maybe Phil Kessel can be the honourary captain.
He should be the captain.
There you go. He should be the honorary captain.
No. I already suggested that too. So yeah, they're planning some cool things.
Kaprizov's too expensive.
Yeah,
Kirill Kaprizov's too expensive.
Yeah, way too expensive. Formula One would have been just another race if not for the Sphere. If you think about it, that really made the race to me because all the money shots are around the Sphere.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I don't know the Strip. Listen, let's not.
I love it. I do love it.
I haven't enjoyed being around the Strip in a long time. I'll happily say that, but the Strip is still a pretty dynamic backdrop. But the Sphere definitely was. The cherry,
the bleachers are still up. The stinking bleachers are up.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Went by there for a meeting last week, and there's 4 guys just walking around out there. No one's doing any work. It's like the freaking the way that they're doing road construction, which is cones up. That's it.
They had a cone out. They did something with my kid in their practice. for hockey on Monday night where they had like a big cone up they had to go around, but it was a construction cone. I'm like, great, their ice is even under construction in this town now. But
Was my head coming out of the cone like that
it
one?
was, and the kids were
Okay.
taking turns whacking it.
Oh, geez. In 2025, okay, what I don't understand, it will be a decentralized draft. What is the stinking point? I know it's not WTF with the Friday yet.
But you still have all the players there. You just don't have the teams in the building. I think
It's
that's
so
all
stupid.
That
It's the dumbest thing ever. Just stick to tradition. The NHL.
I don't know. I mean, you want to know why? Because they want to sell another
They
want to sell another 3,000 seats on the floor, Tony.
Oh my goodness. I just don't think that's cool. Well, okay, then no one can get up there and congratulate VGK 100 times for winning the Stanley Cup. Think about that.
It'll all be video. Oh, there'll be. I would assume each team has like a rep there or something. Like Derek Engelland will be there for the Golden Knights and something like that. You know, I would think there'd be a rep for each team available. But I don't know. I like the chaos of like seeing the draft floor and seeing everyone down there. And
yes,
and I think that'd be
it's
actually a better visual for the people in the seats than watching at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a precautionary measure that's why they're doing it. Coming up next, we've got our locks of the night. We've got predictions coming your way next, right here. We look like a bunch of schmoes today, both wearing blue or teal. We'll return with more right
now. Because that's what did
it. After this, Locked On Golden Knights. When you are drafting your fantasy team, do you ever wish that you could do the same thing with your business team? If you are building a roster to win the league, you need Indeed. That's right. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. So don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you could do it all with Indeed. Find the top talent with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match with assessments and virtual interviews. If you hate to wait, then make sure that you use Indeed because their data shows that over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment that they sponsor a job. So join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows that finding people with the right skills makes all the difference when you are hiring a team of just one. Indeed knows that when you are doing everything for your company, you cannot afford to overspend on hiring. So visit Indeed.com/lockedon and you can start hiring right now. Again, Indeed.com/lockedon, Indeed.com/lockedon. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Welcome back on this Wednesday edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. We appreciate you tuning in, of course, as always, especially our everydayers. And don't forget, Fridays is WTF with the Friday. Saturdays is the Chris and Chris Show, and that is our YouTube exclusive. Make sure that you subscribe there. So our subscribers going way, way up now that we're both wearing blue today?
Yeah, no, it's good for business. It's good. We're around 14 and 15 or so. So yeah, we're
all right. We appreciate
14,
everyone.
14, 17 definitely by the end of the day today. So it's awesome.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate that. So we want to do our picks. Is little Chris going to chime in here, or is he just going to be on Christmas light duty today? I'll start. Picks. So again, this is the dad's trip. This is the dad's trip starting today. So that'll be pretty interesting. Stone's dad had an expressive Mark Stone t-shirt on.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. That's funny. Again, I think the number one target, the guy that scored the game winner, is Pavel Buchnevich. 16 points in the last 13 games. And then, of course, the 20 saves and 20 high danger shots for Jordan Binnington. And Binnington's stats against VGK, Allie with jokes. She's got jokes for days. Binnington against the Golden Knights is 8-2-4. And
really?
I'm going to pick
that's a stat.
VGK in a 5-3 final. Take the over, folks. I'm going to go with Barbashev and Cotter to finish tonight. I saw some stats, too, from the other night. These minutes are adding up for defensemen. Parayko and Nick Leddy each played 26 minutes. So that's going to add up too. So I'm going to go VGK 5-3 win because they had so many chances. They're going to score under 9.5 shots into the game.
So for me, I look at last year's Stanley Cup run. The Golden Knights, after a loss, were 5-1, and they scored a fair amount of goals. They doubled up the opponents in scoring 25-12. This is the first time, obviously, this season where the Golden Knights get to have a back-to-back scenario playing the team they played the game before. So this is where you look at the adjustments of Cassidy and ways they're going to find scoring. So I don't think it's a higher scoring game. I'm going 3-2. I think it's going to be overtime. I'm going to take I actually had wrote down the Blues, but I'm going to the Golden Knights just because of my own stat right there about how they get better after a loss. So 3-2, overtime victory, Golden Knights. Eichel and Barbashev. I mean, Barbashev definitely. Eichel is just carrying the team right now.
Man.
I mean that in a good way. All right, Allie, get close to my shoulder right here, and go ahead and tell us what the world already knows. Okay, breaking news. Allie says 3-2 Golden Knights, Marchessault and Stone.
Is she ever going to change her pick?
I don't know. She's going to change it one of these days when she's going to catch us off guard one day, and it's going to, yeah.
Okay, I know.
All right.
Oh, no, he's wearing blue too.
Chris is in. He's got his blue on. He's got a shark shirt on. This.
What a bunch of Mama Lukes we are.
Go Blues, go.
Go Blues, go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Okay. What does that say again? I can't.
Little Chris, please lower your voice.
Lower your voice, young man. I love that.
So good on the show.
Chris, what do you got?
Petrangelo.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh.
And Barbashev.
Petro and
likes
Barb.
Barbie. Okay.
Going with former Blues.
Former Blues. Okay.
This is going to be. Let's go 5-1 Vegas.
5-1 Vegas.
Yeah.
Thanks, little Chris.
I don't mind. That was my call from Monday. So I had a little fun really fast here on Vegas hockey now, but here this I thought this was good. So I'm going to give myself some props here. So
All right, we'll give you some props too.
the Vegas Golden Knights have found the second coming of Patrick Waugh in his prime in the form of Jordan Binnington, Dan Vladar, Connor Ingram, Alex Nedeljkovic, and Charlie Lindgren. The defending Stanley Cup champion scored 2 goals against those future Hall of Fame goaltenders. That's a pretty good open, isn't it? That's a pretty good open.
We call that the lead, right?
That's a good. I think I hit the nail on the head. So go to Vegas hockey now. I need some clicks, folks.
All right, you need some clicks for the holidays. Get some clicks in there, and of course,
it costs you nothing. Subscribe, click, like, watch the ads.
At least I know that I'm Tony Cardasco today, so you don't have to switch us up here.
That was fun.
Former man Chris Golick. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Locked On Golden Knights, WTF with the Friday, and of course the Chris and Chris Show on Saturdays. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights.